Hi everyone, Rhonda here. This video is going to show you how to complete the modules assignment. Now I'm in my demo sandbox and I used it to complete the gradebook assignment. So all of the assignments I created for that assignment are already in my course, just as your assignments will be in yours. So for this assignment, I'm going to go to modules, and I don't have any modules yet. So the first thing I want to do is go pick up my course outline. So let me bring up my course outline and adjust this a little bit so it's easy for me to work with. And bring that over. There we go. All right. So now I'm in my modules. I'm going to collapse my menu here just to make a little bit more room for myself as well. So that's with this little button here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the modules for week 1 and week 2. So I'll create my new module. So week 1, and clearly I've practiced this before. And so it's just hit this blue plus module button. And this time I'm going to type in week 2. So now I have my 2 modules. Super easy, right? Now I'm going to add the stuff to my modules that's in my course outline. So the first thing on my course outline is read chapter 1. Well, first thing I have to do is click this plus sign on the same row as my week 1 module name. So I hit that plus sign, and the first thing I need to do is figure out what am I going to add. So the first thing I'm going to add, well, it's an assignment, but it's not being graded. So you don't want to use assignments for anything that's not being graded. So in this case, we're going to use a content page for the read chapter 1. And a content page in Canvas is just the same as an item was in Blackboard. So we're going to create a new page, so I'll click the new page button here. And I'll type in read chapter 1. Right? And I'll come to the bottom here and I'll add the item. And I can tell by the icon here that's a little content page icon. Alright, the next thing I want to add is my chapter 1 PowerPoint. So I'll go up here to my little plus sign. And now I've got to figure out, well, it's not a content page. It can be a content page, but I'm going to load it as a file. So it's just a file I have on my hard drive right now. I haven't uploaded it to my course. If I had uploaded it to my course, it would show underneath here. But I'll click New File. I'll choose my file, open it, and add it. Alright, the next thing is homework 1, and I've already added that to my course in the previous assignment. So I'll just click the plus sign, and in this case it is, the type is an assignment. So I'll go to assignments, and here it is. It's already been uploaded, so it's not a new assignment, it's already there. So I'll just click that and add that to my module. I'll do the same thing for discussion 1. So on my week 1 module, I'm going to add. What kind of add am I doing? I'm adding a discussion. So I'll hit the drop down for discussion, and then I'll select my discussion that's already there. If this was a new discussion, I could just click on New Topic here and create my new discussion in this manner. Add the item. And the next thing I'm going to add is the quiz 1 syllabus, and so I'll hit the plus sign. This one is a quiz. It's quiz 1, and I'll add it. So that's everything for week 1. Now I'll build out week 2. On the row for the same row as the name of the module, click the plus sign, and the first one on my list is read chapter 2. We know that's going to be a content page, a new content page, and it's read chapter 2. And the next one is a PowerPoint. So a PowerPoint is a file, and it hasn't been uploaded yet, so I'll choose File, grab chapter 2, and add the item. Next thing I want to add is homework 2. Well, that was an assignment that I created before, so I'll find it there under assignments, add it. I'll add paper 2, which was also an assignment. Paper 1, not paper 2. Add the item and discussion 2. And now this assignment is almost done. One other requirement here is to make sure that everything is published. So some of these are green and some of them are not. So I need to make sure that all of these clouds are green. You also need to make sure that the modules are published as well. If you don't publish the module on this row here, then nothing within the module is going to be visible to students. Well, it'll be visible, but they won't be able to complete it. All right, so now everything is published. And to complete the assignment, I would just come up here, copy the URL, and paste it into the submit assignment in the Teaching with Canvas course. All right, hold on just a minute because I'm going to show you a bonus here. Now, I've talked a lot about those green check boxes. And so this is how you add those green check boxes. You're going to click here on the module and the gear icon next to it, and you're going to edit that module. And now I can add my requirements. So I want students to complete all of the requirements, and I don't care if they do them in the sequential order or not. That can cause some problems, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But what I want to do is I want to start adding those. So the first thing in my module is read chapter 1. What do I want them to do about that? I want to mark it as done. Now if I just had view as item, all they would have to do is glance at that page and not really read the chapters. So I want them to actually click off this button to say they're done with that. And then I add the next requirement. The next one on my list is in my module, I'll just do chapter 1. I want them to view the item. Next thing I want to add is homework 1. I want them to submit the assignment. Then we have a discussion they need to do, and they need to submit that assignment. Add this requirement, and the last thing they need to do is quiz 1, and they need to submit the assignment, or I could make it so that they had to score at least a certain number of points here. But I'm just going to say just turn it in. And then you'll get that green check mark. So what this is all defining is what do they have to do to get that green check mark for each of these items that are in my module. And now I just click Update Module. And now you can see what's required right here. Right? So that's the bonus on how to add requirements to your modules. I hope this helps.